Hello students, welcome to the online classes, and this time we will study our next chapter 2, Nutrition in Animals. And this video is part 1 of chapter 2, Nutrition in Animals. So in this video we will study the topics Introduction, Heterotrophic Nutrition, Nutrition in cellular and multicellular animals. So let's start with our first topic, introduction. Animals are heterotrophs. As you know, we have studied in the chapter 1 what autotrophs and heterotrophs. So we know green plants are what? At autotrophs, and the other than what, all animals and humans and what they are what? Heterotrophs. So they cannot synthesize their own food and depend on others for obtaining it. As we have studied what are the heterotrophs? Actually, the heterotrophs are those organisms which cannot prepare their own food and depend on others for their food. So here that same only, what the heterotrophs cannot prepare their own food and depend on others for obtaining it, means for food. The food consumed by animals is in the form of complex organic matter, means the food which animals take from others. So this food is in the form of complex organic matter, which does not provide instant energy, means after consuming the food because of the food present in complex organic matter, so after eating it does not give instant energy, means after the eating it does not give instant energy. So it needs to be broken down in the body into simpler and soluble forms. So means what? To get the energy from the food, what it needs to broken down in the body, means the food which we are taking in the complex organic matter, in the form of complex organic matter. So this food need to be what? Broken down in the body into what? Into simple and soluble forms before it can be utilized, means before utilize this food by the body. So before utilize the food, what it need to broken down into the simpler and soluble form, and such a mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. So this process, this method of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition, means the taking of food from others and then broken down the food into the simpler and soluble forms and then utilizing. So this method of taking nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. One more we will study in this. What is holozoic mode of nutrition? Sorry, here spelling mistake, don't get confused, it is nutrition. So what is holozoic mode of nutrition? So let's see what is holozoic mode of nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is a type of heterotrophic nutrition, means as we know in heterotrophic nutrition different nutrition is there, like what? Parasites, insectivorous, and saprophytes. So one more nutrition is which one? Holozoic nutrition. It is a type of heterotrophic nutrition. Now in holozoic nutrition what happens? So see here, it is a method of nutrition that involves the ingestion of liquid or solid organic material. Means what? Holozoic mode of nutrition is also a method or a process of nutrition in which what happens, what involves in this process, in this method, the ingestion of means the taking of liquid or solid organic material, means either liquid or solid organic material we take, and then this material get digest, absorption and assimilation of it to utilize it. Means see, in this process all this process will happen. What? Ingestion of solid or liquid material, then digestion, then absorption and then assimilation of it to utilize it. Means to utilize this food, all this process need to get done. It includes taking in the complex substances and converting them into simpler forms. Means in this process what includes, it includes taking of the complex substances, means the food material is what present in complex substances, and then we need to means the body need to convert into the simpler form. Okay, example of holozoic nutrition is what? Proteins can be broken into amino acids. Means in the body, all this happens in the body, means the body which get the proteins from the food, so these proteins again then get broken down and convert into amino acids. So what? This is an example of holozoic mode of nutrition. So our next topic is what? Heterotrophic nutrition. Now the different process involved in holozoic mode of nutrition are: in heterotrophic nutrition we are going to study in detail what? Holozoic mode of nutrition. As we have discussed in the holozoic mode of nutrition, more different processes are there, like what? Ingestion, digestion and all. So the different processes involved in holozoic mode of nutrition are: first one is ingestion, means taking in the food taking in the body. So this process is what? Ingestion. The intake of food into the mouth or oral cavity. The intake of food means the taking of food into the mouth or oral cavity. Oral cavity means what? The part of the mouth behind gums and teeth. Means as we can see in this picture, what is oral cavity? As I hope you may have already know it, but the part of the mouth behind the teeth and the gums is what? Oral cavity. So the intake of food into the mouth or oral cavity is called ingestion. What is ingestion? The taking of food inside the body through what? Through the mouth or oral cavity. So that process of taking in body, the taking of food into the body, into the mouth or oral cavity, so that process is what? Called ingestion. The mechanism of taking in food and the organs involved vary from lower to higher animals. See, the mechanism means this process of taking in food, means the process of taking in food, the food taking in body, and then the organs involved vary from lower to higher animal. Means see, the like for humans what we take for humans and for other animals, the food take through the mouth, but the organs may be changed, may vary means may change from lower to higher animals, means from small to other higher animals, these organs can change. Okay, so second process comes in holozoic mode of nutrition is what? Digestion. Means after taking of food, the food will get what? Digest. Now how it digests, this we will study. So the breaking down of complex food molecules into the simple and soluble molecules by the action of enzymes. Means what? Digestion is what? The breaking down of complex food molecule into the simple and soluble molecules. Means the food which we are taking, the food is already present in which form? Complex form. But when we take into the body convert this food into which form? Simple and soluble form. But with the help of whom? The body is doing that work. But with the help of what? Means by the action of enzymes. Now here the word enzyme. I hope you may have already familiar with the words of enzymes, but one more time I'll make it clear that what is enzyme. Enzymes are what? It is a type of proteins, or it is a substance, the proteins, that speeds up the rate of a chemical reaction in a living organism. Means the substance which increase the rate of a chemical reaction in a living organism, or it is a substance which increase the speed of chemical reaction into the any living organism. So those type of substance in the body which increase the chemical reaction in the body are called enzymes. So proteins also we can consider as what? Enzymes. So with the help of enzymes in the body, the food what gets converted from complex into the simpler form with the help of enzymes. So this process is called digestion. Means the breaking down of complex food molecule into simple and soluble form with the help of enzymes is called digestion. Various enzymes take part in the process of digestion. Means not only single protein enzyme only taking the part and making the role in the digestion, but maybe other different enzymes also can take part in the process of digestion. These are produced by the glands or special cells present in the digestive organs. Means how enzymes produce? These enzymes are produced by the glands or special cells present in the digestive organ. Means as you know, in the body many different types of cells are present. So some special type of cells are there in the digestive organs which produce enzymes for increasing the rate of chemical reaction in the body and convert the complex food into the simpler form. All living organisms except parasites need to digest their food before their bodies can absorb. As we know, different types of nutrition are there in the heterotrophic nutrition. So and in heterotrophic nutrition means what? All living organisms depend for their food on others. So all living organisms except parasites. Now parasites are what? Those organisms which depend on others for food and depends on living organism. Means those living organisms which depends on other living organisms for food. Like we depend on green plants, and green plants are also what? Living organisms. So all living organisms and except parasites need to digest their food before their bodies can absorb. Means except parasites, all the living organisms what need? They need their food to digest, and before the bodies can absorb and use it. Means the food we are taking in the body, before the body use this food to get the energy, so this food need to be what? Need to digest. Parasites obtain pre-digested food from their hosts, and parasites are what? Parasites obtain pre-digested food from their hosts. All living organisms except parasites need to digest their food before their bodies can absorb and use it. Parasites obtain pre-digested food from their hosts. Means who provide food and shelter to the parasites? Hosts provide. So what hosts already give digested food to the parasite. Means parasites obtain pre-digested food. Means already digested food from their hosts. Digestion in lower animals like amoeba, paramecium and hydra is intracellular. Means what? The digestion in lower animals means what? Like unicellular organism, means single cell organism. Like what? Single cell organism. If we say single cell organism, it means what? Amoeba and paramecium and hydra. So they are what? Intracellular organism. Intracellular organisms means what? In their body by themselves only the digestion process happens in body intracellular. Means in the single cell organism. They don't require any other special organ for the digestion. Means their cells, the cells which are already present in the body, it does the work of the digestion. Means no special organs required in the lower animals, but the food particles are ingested directly into the cells. Means in the body of what? Amoeba and paramecium, the food particles are ingested directly into the cells. Means it is already directly the food goes into the cells and then broken down chemically with the help of enzymes. Means digestion process happens in these small lower animals also, but what? The food is directly going to the cells, but in human body what? The food going first to the mouth and then from mouth to stomach and then intestines, and in this way. But in the case of lower animal, the food is directly going to the cells and then broken down chemically with the help of enzymes. Enzymes what? Helping in the process of digestion. Higher and more complex organisms show extracellular digestion. Means higher and more complex means the higher animals and humans, They show which type of digestion? Extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion means what? This type of animals and humans, what? We require a special organ, a special cell for what? For digestion process. That's why higher and more complex organisms are called extracellular, show extracellular digestion, and lower animals show intracellular digestion. Means in their body, without any special organ, the process of digestion can happen, but higher animals require extracellular digestion. They have well developed specialized organs and organ system for the digestion of food. As I have told, what they higher and complex organisms are having what? A well developed special organ and organ system is there for the digestion of food. The food never enters the cells for digestion. Means in the body of higher organism, the food never enter directly to the cells which does the work of digestion. Means the food will step by step will go to the cells directly, it never goes to the cells. So that was the process of digestion in the Holozoic mode of nutrition. Then after ingestion, absorption, the third process comes. Which one? Absorption, means absorbing of the nutrients from the food. So once the food has been broken down into smaller and simpler nutrients, means once the food has been broken into smaller and simpler nutrient from complex, it is absorbed into the body of the organisms for use. Means once it is broken into simpler form, that after that the body will absorb into the body of organism for use. Means for further use, that food, that simpler food will be absorbed by the body, and this process is called absorption, and that process is called absorption. By the word absorption we can understand means absorbing of the food by the body for the further process in the body. The nutrients absorbed to the site of digestion are distributed to the various parts of the body. It means what? The nutrient, see, after the food convert into the simpler form, then the food will be giving to the body what? The important nutrients. So the nutrient which is absorbed by the body at the site of digestion, site means area, means at the area of digestion, at the place of digestion where the nutrients are absorbed, these nutrients will distributed to the various parts of the body. Means after the nutrients has come from the digestion process, these nutrients need to be distributed to the all the various parts of the body. So how it will happen? See, all organisms have a mechanism for the transport of these digested nutrients. Means all the organisms have a mechanism, have a process for the transport of these digested nutrient. Means these nutrients will transport to all over the body through the process. So for example, in humans, the digested food is absorbed into the blood. See, after in our body, in humans body, once the food is broken down into simpler form and then the nutrients has come, these nutrients means the digested food, means that nutrients what will happen? It will absorbed into the blood. It will absorb into the blood because blood is the main transporter in the full body of humans. Means blood is flowing everywhere from in our body. So who will carry these nutrients to the whole body parts? The blood will carry, and the blood which carries it to the entire body. Means the blood is flowing into the entire body. So these nutrients will absorb, will get dissolved into the blood, and through the blood it will pass to the all the parts of the body. And this is how the nutrients passes and transport to the all the parts of the body in the human body through the blood. Then fourth process comes assimilation. Now what is assimilation? The process in which the simple molecules that are absorbed by the body are changed into substances required by the body for various functions. See, once the food is converted into the simpler form, after the food, complex food is converting into which form? Simpler form. So after simpler form, what? These molecules are absorbing by the body. Okay, then after that means this simple molecule once absorbed by the body, then the different body parts what? Convert this more into different required substance. Means the simpler molecules of the food convert changed by the body into the required substance, and this required substance why it convert, because for various functions, growth and development, means for the body functions of the body, for the growth of the body and for the development of the body, different body parts convert these simpler substances into the different substances, and this process is called assimilation. Means that simpler food, the simpler molecules of the food are converted into the required substance through the body for the body's growth, function and development, and that process is known as assimilation. Okay. Then last process is egestion. Okay, as ingestion means taking in, egestion means taking out. So egestion is the process of elimination. Elimination means taking out. Elimination of undigested food, means digested food will be absorbed by the body and undigested food will be taken out from the body. So undigested food and waste materials from the body, means the elimination of the removing of undigested food and waste materials from the body. So this process is called indigestion. It is important for the body as it helps the body to get rid of toxins and wastes. Means this is very important process. Digestion is very important process. Why? Because the undigested food is what it need to get rid from the body, and through this what more comes out from the body, the toxins and wastes comes out the body, and this process of taking out the undigested food is called digestion. So these are the 5 main processes which are important for the digestion process. First, ingestion. Second, ingestion, taking in food, digestion, then breaking down of food into from complex into simple. Then third, absorption, means once the food broken down, then this food need to be absorbed. Then assimilation, means different body parts, then this simpler molecules convert into the required substance for the body's growth and development, and then the undigested food gets removed out from the body, and this is what called digestion. So that was the heterotrophic nutrition process into the body of the complex organism in the higher organism, means like animals and humans. Now we will study nutrition in unicellular and multicellular animals. Okay, so first we will start with the unicellular animals. Now here unicellular, the word unicellular and multicellular is coming. So what it means? Unicellular means what? So please understand children, by the word uni means single, cellular means cell, means single cell organisms are called unicellular animals. And here word multi means many, and cellular means cells. So many cells organisms are called multicellular animals, and unicellular means single cell organism. So how nutrition gets nutrition produced in unicellular animals, in single cell animals? So let's see amoeba. Amoeba is a single cell organism, means unicellular. So in amoeba, ingestion of food takes place with the help of finger-like projections called pseudopodia. Means as in the body of humans and complex organism, the ingestion of food takes through the mouth and all different organs. But in unicellular, in amoeba, the ingestion of food takes place with the help of finger-like projections called pseudopodia. Let's see in this diagram of amoeba, where the means the food is taken through this pseudopodia. That part of this cell, means the outer part, the wall, the cell membrane, means the outer wall of this cell is what called pseudopodia. So the food inject, means the food enters through this part, through the outer wall of the cell. It engulfs the food and a food vacuole is created. Means engulfs means it takes this food, and then this food into the cell gets down, and that food vacuole created, means once the food engulfs through the outer wall of the cell, then the food enters in the cell, and this food makes a food vacuole. Okay. So the food vacuole contains special enzymes which help in breaking down these food particles. See, then the food vacuole are having special type of enzymes. Enzymes means what? The enzymes are the substances which increase the rate of chemical reaction in the body. So chemical reaction happens in all the organisms. So in unicellular organisms also, the food vacuole having the enzyme which convert the food particle, which break down the food particles into a simple soluble form. This soluble food is absorbed and assimilated to produce substances required for growth. Means here also in unicellular organisms also, that soluble food is what? Absorbed and assimilated, means, and then changed into the required substance for growth and development of the cell. And the undigested food is thrown out of the body. And in unicellular organism also what? The undigested food is thrown out of the body, and enzymes what? Change the food into the, enzymes help into the breaking down of the molecules, and through the assimilation and absorption, the food, the cell absorbs the soluble food. So what? This is what nutrition in amoeba. So this diagram is important. It can come also in exam. It can ask also. So you must be able to draw the diagram how it will be drawn. Okay. This is prey, means the unicellular organism how can take the food from this prey, means it will catch that prey, and this through this insect, through this prey, what? It will get the food. So next we will study here in Paramecium. This is also what? Unicellular organism. In Paramecium, the ingestion of food takes place with the help of small hair-like structures called cilia. See, this is a Paramecium cell. In Paramecium cell, at the outer wall, there are small hair-like structure, and these hair-like structure, these hairs are of this organism are called cilia. So the food is enter into the Paramecium with the help of small hair-like structures called cilia present on the cell membrane. Cell membrane means cell wall. So present, these hairs are what? Present on the cell membrane, and the food present, see, the food, this food molecules, and these food molecules enter through this hair present at the outer wall. From the cell membrane, the food is taken inside the oral groove and then the mouth. So in the Paramecium also you can see there is also what? A mouth, a cell mouth, and oral groove. So this is hair-like structure. The food will enter from here, and that part of this cell is called what? Oral. This is the means outer part is oral groove, and then the food will enter, and then will be what? The cell mouth. This part will be cell mouth. The food will enter from here to the oral groove, and then through the mouth. So the food is taken inside the oral groove and then the mouth. So this is what? Cilia. Then this part is oral groove. Okay. And then what? That it is mouth. The food will enter into the mouth. And this picture is given in your science book. Cilia, oral groove, and food vacuole, and this is what? Mouth. So from the mouth, the food is taken inside the main body. Which is main body? This is main body, where the food vacuoles helps in its digestion with the help of enzymes. Where this food vacuole will help in the digestion process in the Paramecium. Then the digested food is absorbed and assimilated. The undigested food is thrown out of the body. So what? The digested food will be absorbed by the cell and assimilated through all over the body, and the undigested food will be coming out from the body. Now we will study multicellular animals. Okay. unicellular organisms, as we have discussed, single cell organism, as we have seen how the food take in and the process happens of digesting and absorbing, and then food again comes out, undigested food. Okay, so now in multicellular animals means many cell, multicellular means many cells organism in their body. Not only one cell, means many different types of cells are there. So these animals are called multicellular animals. So let's see what happens in multicellular animals. So Hydra is an example of multicellular animals. So Hydra is a multicellular aquatic animal. Hydra is what? It is an aquatic animal, live in water, which ingests its food with the help of tentacles. Means, see, this is aquatic animal, and these animal are what having? These are what? Tentacles. As you can see, this small leaf like structure है ना. So these are what? These are tentacles of this aquatic animal. So through these tentacles, the food enters into the body of the Hydra. The tentacle helps in catching and paralyzing small aquatic animals. So what? This Hydra animal is taking the small insects and small animals which are present in the water. So through this it catch its prey. Prey means hunting the other animals. With the help of sting cells present in them, means in their body, in their tentacles, what is present? Sting cells, means it will bite these animals and will take absorb all the nutrients from these animals, and will through these tentacles, this absorbed nutrient will enter into the body of Hydra. The food material is then indigested inside the body cavity through the mouth and digested. Means the food material is then indigested inside, it is digested. Means once the food has taken through the tentacles of the Hydra, then this food material will be digested to the body and through the mouth, and then it will be digested. See, this is also the picture of the Hydra. These are what? Tentacles. Through the tentacles it catch the prey, and then after that what? The food will enter into the body and it will get digested. So through the mouth and digested, through the body cavity, through the mouth and digested. This digested food is absorbed and assimilated in the cells of the body. Means once the food digests, in every organism this food will be absorbed and assimilated in the cells of the body, and the waste will be thrown out from the body through the mouth only. So in the Hydra, through the mouth is only the indigested food is going in the body, then get digest, and then again indigest food coming out through the body. Okay, now we will we'll see the next example of multicellular spider. Okay, so the spider traps its prey in the sticky web woven by it. As we know, the spider what wove? It wove weave a net. Okay, so the spider traps its prey in the sticky web woven by the spider. It injects digestive juices into the prey's body. Means through the prey's body, what? Spider injects all the digestive juices from the insects and then sucks up nutrients from the digested body of the prey. Means the prey also having digested body. The food present in the insects, it is digested in digested form. So this spider through the it will sucks the digested nutrient from the insects, and it will absorb through the what? Through the that spider. And here you can see in this picture, a spider traps its prey in a